Let's be real. Being a people pleaser isn't about being nice. It's about being scared. Scared of conflict, scared of rejection, and scared if you say no, people will stop liking you. Guess what? The more you bend over backward for everyone, the less they respect you. You think you're winning them over, but all you're doing is training them to walk all over you. Every time you say yes when you really want to say no, you're telling them, my time doesn't matter, my energy doesn't matter, my life doesn't matter. Stop lying to yourself. You're not helping others out of kindness. You're doing it because you're afraid of what happens if you don't. But the truth is, the people who care about you won't leave you because you set boundaries. And the ones who do, they were using you anyway. Start saying no. Stop over-explaining. Stop apologizing for putting yourself first. You're not selfish for respecting your own time. You're just finally giving yourself the respect you've been begging for. The Bible says, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. Galatians 1:10, that's the mindset. Value yourself or no one else will. Being a nice guy is the fastest way to be walked over, ignored, and disrespected. And deep down, you know it. You think you're being kind, but people don't see you as kind. They see you as weak. So how do you stop being a nice guy without becoming a cold-hearted jerk? Let me show you. First thing first, you need to stop seeking approval. The biggest mistake nice guys make is living for validation. You say yes to things you don't want to do. You smile when you're annoyed. You bend over backward just to make someone like you. Let me break it to you. Most people don't respect approval seekers. They see it for what it is, desperation. Stop worrying about what people think. The right people will respect you when you stand your ground. The wrong ones will fall away. Then I will need you to learn to say no. Nice guys are terrified of saying no because they think it will make people hate them. But here's the truth. Saying yes to everyone is saying no to yourself. If you never protect your time, energy, or priorities, people will take everything from you. The more you say yes to the things that don't align with your goals, the further you drift from the life you want. Start small. Say no to something today. You will see how freeing it feels. Then you need to start putting yourself first. Nice guys think putting themselves first is being selfish. But what's really selfish is expecting people to respect you when you don't even respect yourself. If you don't prioritize your goals, your health, and your growth, nobody else will. Start taking care of your own needs before you bend over backward for others. You are no good to anyone if you're constantly drained and resentful. And then you need to stop being afraid of conflict. Nice guys avoid conflict at all costs. You bite your tongue when someone crosses the line. You let people take advantage of you because you don't want to make things awkward. But avoiding conflict doesn't solve problems. Like I said in the previous video, it makes you a doormat. Start standing up for yourself. Speak your mind. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but people will start seeing you as someone who commands respect. Then I will need you to start setting boundaries and stick with them. Boundaries are what separates pushovers from strong men. A nice guy lets people invade his space, time, and energy because he's afraid of pushing back. A man with boundaries knows where he stands and he enforces those lines unapologetically. If someone gets upset because you have boundaries, that's not your problem. So listen very carefully. Being a nice guy isn't about being too kind. It's about being afraid of rejection, afraid of judgment, afraid of standing alone. But fear has no place in the heart of a man who wants to succeed. So stop being the nice guy. Be the man who knows his worth. Stand on his ground and demand respect. The world does not reward nice, it rewards strength. So are you ready to stop being liked by everyone and start being respected? That's the real path to becoming a man worth remembering. Most men won't say it out loud, but they feel like they're drowning, not in water, in pressure, in silence, in expectation no one ever explained to them. Be strong, don't cry, make money, handle everything, don't complain, don't you ever complain. You wake up every day with a weight on your chest. You just know it's there and it doesn't go away. People say, just talk to someone, but who? Who can you really talk to when being vulnerable happening to men right now. And nobody's talking about it. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let me tell you about a friend named Mark. Mark is 24. He works construction. He pays rent, pays for his girl, sends money to his mom. He keep his head down and get everything done. But at night, Mark is just sitting there in silence, TV on, volume low, just him and his thoughts. Some night he can't even sleep. He just stares at the ceiling, wondering how long can he keep pretending. Because here's the part nobody sees. Mark is hurting. He's been hurting. He doesn't say anything because the moment he opens his mouth, he's complaining. He's soft. He's less of a man, so he bottles it up every damn day. Does that sound familiar? The men of this generation feels invisible. Every I'm good from a man is a man who's going through quite a bit. Behind every man who makes it look easy is a man who's dying to catch a break. They call us lazy. They say we lack purpose, but the truth is this generation was never taught how to carry pain. They were told to just carry it. Don't feel, don't ask, don't need, just do. All that is outdated. It's toxic blueprint to create military men, and it's killing us quietly because one day we either going to snap, disappear, or worse, checks out for good. Let me keep it real with you. This video is going to get a bit deep. You might want to click out if you scrimmage or anything like that, because I want men to understand that this is not a joke. You have to take your life seriously, because men are 3 or 4 times more likely to themselves than women are. And why? Because we don't talk, we don't ask for help, because nobody taught us how. 1 in 4 men has no one they can open up to. No friend, no brother, no father, nobody. They just suffer in silence. They chase status, they drown themselves in porn. They numb the pain with liquor. They ghost the world, they fake it until they break. That's the scariest part. Not the pain, but how normal the pain becomes. You wake up one day and realize you've been emotionally dead for years. Look, I know you feel it. That quiet frustration, that weight on your chest you can't explain. The feeling that you're behind in life, and no matter how hard you work, it's never enough. You're not lazy, you're not crazy, you're not weak. You've just been carrying more than you were meant to alone. But this is what most people won't tell you, right? It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. You see, nobody's coming to save you. And I don't say that to scare you. I say it to free you. Because once you realize it's on you, you take your power back. Stop waiting for a dad who was never there. Stop blaming society. Stop wishing somebody would understand. And start doing the work, the real work, the hard work, the inner work. Here's where you start. You need to speak, not to everyone, just someone. One real conversation can save your life. Stop bottling it all up like a man supposed to bleed in silence. You're not supposed to bleed at all, let alone in silence. The second thing you need to do is move. Your body is a machine. When you sit still for too long, you rust, pun intended. Lift, run, walk, hit a bag, hit your grandma. YouTube, I'm making a joke. Whatever you do, move that pain out of your body. Pain held in the body becomes depression. You need to self-reflect on yourself and realize all the things that's holding you down. Then I need you to cut all the instant gratification. Stop numbing out with TikTok porn and fake validation. Every time you run from yourself, you lose a piece of who you are. So start building something. A business, a body, a mission. Build something that you can be proud of. Then you need to find your brothers like we have here. You can't do this alone. Every king needs a kingdom to push. Find men who hold you accountable and push you to rise. They are out there, but you got to search. You can start by subscribing. This is a tribe of men who's going to the top, the pinnacle of humanity. Because here's the thing, if you don't change something, that silent pain you carry, it becomes your normal. You'll wake up 10 years from now, same job, same pain, same fake smile, and wonder where your life went. That's the future you should be afraid of. Not failure, not rejection, not starting over, but staying stuck, numb, and alone. If this hits your chest, if you felt something in your gut, and I'm talking to you, don't scroll past this and act like it didn't matter. Don't go back to pretending you're okay. Take this as your sign, your wake-up call, your moment, and subscribe right now. Because every week I drop content that pulls men out of the mud, that reminds us who we are, that gives us the tool to rise. So remember, you're not weak, you're not soft, you're just tired of carrying pain in silence. And the good good news is you don't have to anymore. It's time to rise, not for them, not for the world, but for you. Caring too much is why you're stuck. You're giving your energy to things that don't deserve it. You stress about what people think, worry about problems you can't control, and sacrifice your peace just to keep everyone else comfortable. But for what? At the end of the day, caring too much is a choice, and it's a choice that's destroying you. If you want to take back control of your life, you have to learn to stop caring. The first step is to accept that not everything is your responsibility. You can't fix the world. You can't save everyone. You can't control how people feel about you. The more you try, the more you lose control of yourself. Start asking yourself, is it even my problem? If the answer is no, then stop making it one. You also need to stop living for other people's opinions. Most of the time, the people you worried about ain't even paying attention to you. They are caught up in their own lives, just like you should be. Caring about their approval is a waste of your time and energy. Learn to detach from outcomes. Things are going to go wrong. People will disappoint you. Life will be unpredictable. The sooner you let go of the idea that you can control everything, the freer you will feel. Focus on what you can control, your mindset, your actions, your growth. Then start setting strong boundaries. The reason you care too much is because you've let people cross the line over and over again. You say yes when you want to say no. You let them dump their problems on you. Stop being available to everyone. Protect your time and your energy like your life depends on it, because you know it does. And you have to remind yourself why this matters, because the more you care about the wrong things, the less time you have to care about what's important. Your goals, your purpose, your peace, that's what deserves your attention. Stop caring about the things that don't serve you. Start focusing on the life you actually want, because at the end of the day, the only person you owe anything to is yourself. The Bible says, cast all anxiety on him because he cares for you. The only person you should care about and give your time to as much as you've been doing is God, and you're not even doing that. Put your priorities straight. Being a nice guy isn't the same as being a good man. Nice guys seek approval for no reason. They put others first at their own expense. They bite their tongue, shrink themselves, and expect the world to reward them for it. But life doesn't work that way. It never has. The world doesn't respect men who doesn't respect themselves. If you let people walk all over you, they will. If you never ask for what you want, you'll never get it. If you keep waiting for someone to choose you, you'll always be last speak. So how do you stop? First, you need to understand this. Being agreeable won't make you valuable. The only thing that will increase your value is being needed. So start developing skills and then set boundaries. Start saying no without feeling guilty. Speak your mind even if your voice shakes. Stop apologizing for existing. Confidence isn't given, it's built. It starts when you decide that your needs matter too. Like I said in the last video, nice guys finish last, not because they are kind, but because they are weak. Strong men, they lead, they win, and they don't wait or ask for permission to win. You keep asking for a better life, begging God for blessings. But let me ask you something. Have you proven to him you deserve any of it? Because I've learned God doesn't bless the laziness. He does not reward doubt. He don't hand out strength to people who can't carry weight. You want peace? You have to earn it. You want freedom? You have to be willing to suffer for it. You want the girl, the house, the car, the legacy? Then prove to God you're the man worth giving it to. There are millions of men out there begging and pleading to God, asking for the same things you're asking for. The only difference is he's going to give it to those who show that they want it through their action. You know why most people never make it? It's not because they are stupid, and it's not because God forgot about them. It's because they never took themselves seriously. They never got up when it hurt. They never kept going when nobody was clapping. And worst of all, they never became someone God could trust with more. You keep praying for opportunities, but when was the last time you worked like he already gave it to you? That's how it works. God gives according to what you can carry, and right now you barely carrying yourself. So tighten up. It's time to fix your habits. Show some more discipline. Move with purpose, and you need to do it every day. Prove to God you're not just another man who wants more. Prove to him you are a man who can handle more. Remember, stay consistent, stay disciplined, and subscribe, you bastard. Most men are walking around like shadows, existing but not living. They've been fed fed lies about what it means to be a man. And guess what? They're soft, they're weak, they're everything a man shouldn't be. If you're here, you're not trying to be another shadow. You want to become a man, a real one. But first, you need to hear the truth. If you're not ready for that, there's the door. This isn't for the faint-hearted. This is for those who's ready to wake the hell up. Being a man starts with ownership. Stop blaming everyone and everything for your problems. No more excuses, no more whining, no more pity party. If your life is a mess, guess whose fault it is? Yours. So why not own it? You want to change something? Then get up and change it, because it's all your fault to begin with. A man takes responsibility for his actions, his choices, and his life, period. There is no end or but. The next step to being a man is handling your emotions like a man. I'm not saying to suppress your emotions. That's weak. But a man controls them. You feel anger, use it as fuel. You feel pain, let it sharpen you. But you don't let them control you. You don't lash out or break down like a child. You channel those emotions into action, into purpose. A man knows when to keep his cool and when to unleash hell. But it's always on his terms. Then you need to follow the next step, which is stop seeking validations. Here's a very cold, hard truth. Nobody cares about you more than you. Seeking validation from others is a waste of time. Stop waiting for approval, for someone to tell you you're good enough. A man doesn't need a pat on the back. He knows his worth. You set your own standards and meet them every damn day. So that brings us to the next step. Embrace hardship. Most men run from hardship, from challenges, from pain. But you're different. You embrace it. You know that hardship is what forges a man. You don't back down from a challenge. You go straight at it. Pain, that's just weakness leaving the body. Every struggle you face, every setback is another chance to prove to yourself just how strong you are. The next thing a man does is protect and provide. A real man protects what's his family, his values. You don't let anything or anyone threaten what you hold dear. And you provide not just money, but guidance, leadership, and strength. You are the rock, the one everyone can count on when things go south. That's what it means to be a man. Unshakable, dependable, and strong. Lastly, you need to constantly evolve. Being a man isn't a destination, it's a journey. I've said this before in the past. You don't stop growing, learning, or evolving. The moment you think you've arrived, you've lost. You keep pushing, keep striving, and keep getting better. You become the man you were meant to be. Unstoppable, relentless, and feared by those who isn't ready to raise to your level. So here's the question for you. Are you ready to be a man? Not the watered down version society sells you, but a real man. It's not easy, it's not comfortable, but it's the only way to live with respect and power. You've got a choice right now. Step up or step out. What is it gonna be? Remember, stay consistent and stay disciplined. And subscribe, you bastards. If you are serious about leveling up, whether it's in your finances, fitness, relationships, or overall mindset, you have to lock in. That means eliminating distractions, committing to the grind, and going all in. This isn't about motivation. This is about turning that motivation into discipline, and that discipline into results. Let's get into it. The first thing you have to do is define your mission. Before you lock in, you need a clear mission. This is your why. Why are you waking up early? Why are you grinding so hard? You have to know what you're aiming for, or you'll end up drifting through life, wasting time and wondering why you're not where you want to be. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? And be real specific with it. Saying you want more money isn't enough. How much more? Saying you want to get fit isn't enough. What kind of shape do you want to be in? Write this stuff down. Post it somewhere you can see every day, whether it's on your wall, your mirror, or phone lock screen. Let it be a constant reminder of what you're working towards. forwards. Without a mission, there is no focus, no direction, and definitely no commitment. So lock in by first defining your mission and make it personal. The next thing you want to do is cut the noise. We live in a world full of distractions, and it's easy to get lost in all the noise. You've got social media, streaming services, and endless notifications, and toxic people constantly pulling at your attention. But if you're serious about your goal, you have to cut the noise. Lock in means putting blinders on and blocking out what doesn't serve your mission. This is about being intentional. Unfollow those accounts that waste your time. Cut back on the mindless scrolling and stop hanging around people who ain't on the same path. You don't have time to entertain distractions when you're trying to build something great. Look at your day. Identify where you're wasting time. Is it social media, binging shows, texting people who don't add value? Eliminate those habits. Focus on what moves you closer to your goals. The next thing you have to do is commit to the grind. Log in means embracing the grind, plain and simple. This isn't about overnight success story. It's the late nights working when everyone else is asleep. The early mornings, getting it in before the sun rises, the rejections, the failures, and the days when you don't feel like doing it, but you do it anyway. Every time you push through, you're building your discipline muscles. And discipline is the key that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for motivation to show up. Instead, show up every day and put in the work. The grind doesn't care about your feelings. It only cares about your actions. Locking in is about showing up consistently, even when you don't feel like it. The gym when you're tired, the late night work session when you want to relax, the budgeting when you want to spend. You grind because you know what you want and you're willing to put in the work to get it. Then you need to set some rules, some non-negotiable rules. The rules you set for yourself that you don't break, no matter what. These are daily tasks, routine, and the standards you commit to uphold, even when it's inconvenient. If you want to lock in, you need to establish a non-negotiable life. These are things like going to the gym 5 times a week, sticking to a diet, working on your side hustle for an hour every night, or spending time on personal development daily. Non-negotiables are the backbone of commitment. They are the promises you keep to yourself, and keeping them builds confidence and trust in yourself. Every time you honor a non-negotiable, you prove yourself that you're serious about your goals. It's about creating a standard for how you live and refusing to let anything drag you below that standard. Next, you need to track your progress. You can't manage what you don't measure. When you lock in, tracking your progress becomes a priority. Whether it's your fitness goals, your bank account, or your social media growth, or how many books you're reading, you have to keep tab on where you're at. Tracking isn't about numbers, it's about accountability. When you track your progress, you can see what's working and what's not. It helps you make adjustments and fine-tune your approach. If you're trying to gain weight, track your meals, weigh yourself regularly, and see what needs tweaking. Tracking is your roadmap. It shows how far you've come and how far you have to go. It keeps you motivated, disciplined, and constantly improving. Next, you need to make sure you stay hungry. When you start seeing results, it's easy to get comfortable. That's when most people fall off. But if you're truly locked in, comfort isn't an option. You have to stay hungry. Remember that feeling when you started, when you were broke, out of shape, or desperate for change. Don't lose that edge. Staying hungry means you never settle. There is always a next level to reach. It's about always looking for ways to improve, expand, and evolve. Don't just aim to hit a goal and chill. Set new goals. Chase the next milestone. Being locked in means staying on the offensive and never getting complacency is the enemy of growth. Next is you have to make sure you surround yourself with the right energy, because energy is contagious. If you're trying to lock in and go after big goals, you need to surround yourself with people who are on the same wave. They don't have to be doing the same exact thing as you, but they need to be driven, focused, and pushing for their own success. If you're the smartest, most motivated, or the most driven person in your circle, it's time to upgrade your circle. Be around people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who aren't afraid to call you out when you're sleeping. Their energy will keep you motivated, keep you accountable, and push you to be better. Locking in isn't just a solo mission. It's about building a support system that keeps you sharp. The next part is learning to say no. A big part of locking in is learning to say no. No to distractions, no to things that don't align with your goals, and no to people who drains your energy. Every yes you give is time, energy, or money you're taking away from your mission. You can't do everything, so you need to get comfortable with turning things down. Opportunities will come, but not every opportunity is worth your time. Friends will invite you out, but not every night out is worth losing sleep over. People will want your time, but not everyone deserves it. Say no to anything that doesn't align with your goals and protect your focus fearlessly. Last one is embrace the sacrifice. Locking in comes with sacrifice. That's the price you pay for success, whether it's sacrificing time, comfort, or temporary pleasure. You have to be willing to give up something to get where you want to go. It's late night working instead of partying. It's saving money instead of blowing it on things you don't need. It's spending time learning and growing instead of wasting hours on mindless entertainment. Embrace the sacrifice because it's temporary. While everyone else is taking it easy, you're building the foundation for a future they'll wish they had. And when you get to where you want to be, you'll look back and realize that every sacrifice was worth it. Locking in isn't a one-time decision. It has to become your lifestyle. It's about showing up for yourself every single day. No excuses. It's about setting boundaries, staying disciplined, and keeping your eyes on the prize, no matter what's happening around you. This isn't about motivation, it's about discipline. It's about locking in so hard that nothing can break your focus. The moment you decide to truly lock in, everything changes. You become unstoppable, focused, and relentless in your pursuit of success. So now ask yourself, how bad do you really want it? Are you ready to lock in? If you are, then there is nothing that can stop you. The path to greatness is yours. Lock in and go get it. Remember, stay consistent, stay disciplined, and subscribe, you bastards.